on the final episode of We Bought a Vineyard.
Today we're going to walk across the vineyard and collect some soil samples, including the spot for the new market garden.
1, 2.
Brilliant job, Gilles. That's delicious.
Mm.
No, it's really elegant. You've done a good job. I hope you continue it, because I reckon it's awesome.
So we just wanted to raise a toast and say, you know, thank you to everybody.
Thank you.
I just grab a bottle. While in the past, this winery has blended all the Pinot grapes from the different age vines, today is a big deal for us, as we're bottling just the wine made from our 1972 vines. And that was on the recommendation of our wine mentor, Ben Ranken.
Because I knew we were going to get all that rain that night.
This is just so exciting because it's wine that we've made, obviously under Ben's tutelage. You know, premium bottles, cork. First time we've used cork.
There.
And then as it rests on top,
Trust yourself.
keep going, yeah, it's fine.
Push it all the way in.
Then rest there, and then
Instead.
that's just hold. There you go.
Ta-da! First time we kind of made a decision about, okay, we're going to go for it. We really want to celebrate the story of this zigzag heritage. 1972 is just so, we're so lucky to have grape vines that are that old, that established, unirrigated. And so the fruit is just so bursting with flavour because it's not saturated with any kind of irrigation water. I've just learnt this is actually made by the Ferrari group, so Henry and I feel that's the first and last time we'll own a Ferrari product.
You know, it's a special bottle of wine. We want potentially people are going to take it and it's going to be a gift and it's going to be very premium and they might want to put it in the cellar for 5 or 10 years or something like that. So it's going to allow the wine to breathe and mature and age really nicely. So it's out of barrel after a year, but it's still going to go through that sort of process of interplay with oxygen, which is just going to improve the wine over time.
As you learn your vineyard, as it reveals itself to you, we really need to understand what the vineyard is basically like telling you. But we're not experienced enough by a long shot to know what the kind of, perhaps the green notes are in or if it's the right textures that we want to get from the stems. But by doing that, you aren't really letting the vineyard's fruit really reveal itself to you. And if you want to know exactly what your vineyard can produce, take out as many variables as you can. So we basically just did as little as possible throughout the winemaking process. You know, we pressed it by hand over at Gilles, Henry and I at different times. And then we've put it into old French oak, only had 2 barrels. That one up there. Put it into tank and now let it for a few weeks, let it settle. And then here we are bottling it.
We're filling out the bottles here. These will, tomorrow or the next day, going to get forklift trucked onto the ute and then taken up to Harcourt, where we've got professional storage, so they're kept in, so it's going to be kept in a cool environment, temperature-controlled environment. And they're going to sit there for at least 6 months, probably a year, and that's just going to help them settle, because it's such a sort of special bottle of wine. There's a thing called bottle shock, which is when you put the wine into the bottle and you move it from tank and you expose it to oxygen and you shove it all around, it just goes a little bit out of balance. And it can take a while for that to settle down. So we're making sure we're bottling this way in advance, and it's just going to settle, lie horizontally, so the cork remains moist and as it should be. And then in about a year's time, it's going to be ready to open. It's late May at Zigzag Road,
and the region has woken to another beautiful autumn morning. With all the fruit off the vines for another vintage, the changing colours of the vineyard also mean the start of the colder months ahead. Today, though, marks an exciting development in the expansion of our business.
Yeah, our vision for this place is basically a diversified farm where we bring in people from the community and also that it can support other livelihoods rather than just ours. And we really don't want it just to be about, you know, the vines. You could make it a picnic site. There's an entrance there so customers could take a little hamper down and, you know, we'd build a little shade area and then they could sit by the dam and...
Yeah, buy a bottle of wine, a little picnic hamper, go and sit in the lovely gardens. Today we're going to walk across the vineyard and collect some soil samples, including the spot for the new market garden, to send away for testing. So it's going to tell us a bit about the chemistry of the soil. So is there enough plant food in the soil? But more importantly, it's going to tell us about the biology of the soil. So what kind of bacteria is in the soil? What kind of fungi is in the soil? And the reason that that's so important is because it's the bacteria and the fungi that are transferring the nutrients from the soil into our plants. So if we have really poor soil life, doesn't matter if the soil has lots of nutrients, the plants won't be able to access it. So that's what we're hoping to find out. We've got this little dam behind me over here. It's a lovely little spot, but it's been a little bit neglected. There's not a lot of there's no plants really in and around the dam. So we'd like to revegetate it with some local native aquatic plants. And from that, we hope that we'll have a bit more life around the dam. We'll have some frogs, we'll have some birds coming in. Ultimately, it would be great to have it so we could go swimming in the dam. And hopefully, it will just support a bit more life around the vineyard.
Small holdings, yeah, rings a bell.
In Malmesbury.
This morning, Gilles is over to discuss the creation of our new compost operation, as well as disgorging a sample bottle of this year's Pet Nat, one of our sparkling wines.
The microscope, you see the...
We're going to disgorge manually, so it's going to splash a bit, but and test the wine. So you see the sediment. Yeah. Actually, the lees level is quite good because sometimes we can get it up to here.
Right.
So that's the thing, is when you disgorge, you lose wine.
So that's why the volume goes down when they disgorge.
That's right. So, and the more sediment you have, the more you lose.
Right.
Because that volume that disappears, then you have to replace normally with the same wine. That's obviously taking on the thing. So that's part of the process, which is, you know, you can't escape it. Yeah, so 1, 2. Okay.
Beautiful.
So you see, we sort of
lost all of that,
but it's on my pants now. So the Pet Nat is definitely, you know, it's a style of wine which you can make in 2 different ways. You can make ancestral method, so that's what we're doing, and then you can make it traditional method, which is basically like in Champagne.
Beautiful, isn't it?
It already has a little bit of a reductive character, so I think we can disgorge now.
Awesome, that's great.
It's more a summer drink and fun drink.
Yeah,
it's,
that's
you
right.
know, it's really all about freshness, really. Yeah.
Well, brilliant job, Gilles. That's delicious. Cheers.
Qui se va toi, non?
Awesome.
Yeah, that's what you want.
Back at the cellar door, it's the moment of truth, as good friend and mentor Ben Ranken is joining us to taste the single block versions of our Pinot Noir.
Starting off with a Pinot 19.
2019.
2019,
Right.
so yeah.
So these are the young vines, aren't they?
This is a young block.
Yep. How old are these ones?
They're a range of 6 years and about 15 years.
Yeah, right. Gotcha.
So,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. So you remember this was in that little picking bin ferment because it was only about 300-400 kilos,
That's
wasn't
right.
it? It was a tiny little ferment.
exactly right.
We've got a barrel of this, and that's it.
Yeah, and also you can actually see a little bit of the mintiness on the nose on that wine, and that's because it's near those eucalypt trees, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No, it's really elegant. Lovely,
And
easy,
sweet.
drinking, juicy, crunchy, lovely.
And
Fine
these,
tannins.
they were both 100% destemmed as well, so beautiful whole berries.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit far to reach for them.
Yum, delicious.
First time we did
Do you want
this.
to have a glass of each, and then we can really
Oh
sniff
yeah,
and
that'd be good
smell?
actually.
But you can just see on the nose, this is, it's got it's brambly, it's got darker fruits, it's brooding,
Brooding, exactly right.
and there's none of the dash of mintiness that you had in the previous, in the younger one. But
It's got lovely depth, hasn't it?
no, that's awesome to see. You know, what is it? A year and a half later. I'm so glad we separated those two parcels of fruit, not just from the learning experience, but in the winemaking. But now you get to see reasons why vine age has a big influence, and yet obviously the two different blocks. But to see the depth and obviously more weight and obviously more healthy and lovely fruit in the 72, which is what you want to see all the bloody time. But on the flip side, the younger vines, which is the first one we had, is still a lovely, easy drinking, juicy, crunchy, really good Pinot. But they're totally different. So you've got two different styles there to see. You've done a good job. I hope you continue it because I reckon it's awesome. Like, that's what we want to see more of in Macedon.
Nice.
Good quality Pinot.
All right, so this is the last box. We're going to head down to Black Hearts and Sparrows and Bar Liberty and do the Melbourne deliveries. Black Hearts are very passionate about wine. They're interested in local and provenance and quality, but they're also not so huge. They're going to, we're not going to be able to supply them. They have about 12 or 13 stores around Australia, primarily Melbourne, Hobart and Canberra. And, they're buying 10 cases of wine in one go, which is a game changer for us. Rather than sort of dropping off a case here and a case there, it's 10 cases in one go, so that's great for cash flow. Thanks. Cool, so you got 10 there in total? 10 there in total, yeah. Great, thank you very much. No worries. See ya. And then we're going to go down to Bar Liberty, who, one of the best wine bars in Melbourne, and meet up with Michael down there, who's one of our mentors. Hey, Michael.
Hey, mate, how are you?
Hey.
Good to see you.
Some Pinot for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's looking great.
Looks lovely, doesn't it?
I opened Bar Liberty 5 years ago, and a little while into that journey, Harriet and Henry spoke about the potential for buying Zigzag when we knew they were looking for some sort of property out in the countryside. And throughout that time, watching the wines also change and morph into what we're seeing today across the Zigzag label, as well as Kind Folk. And I really think it's a response to the current tastes in Melbourne and throughout Australia without really riding a trend either. I think the wines have longevity for years to come and really bring a sense of excitement to the region and also to Australian winemaking with two people that didn't have the experience before, but were able to connect with some amazing people in winemaking and throughout the hospitality industry to really push this brand out.
Even before we bought Zigzag, Michael put us in touch with Gilles, one of our main winemaking viticulture mentors. Gilles came and looked at Zigzag with us and helped us make that decision. So from day one, before anyone or anything, Michael's really been there with us. And Michael's been instrumental in how we're shifting the business, where we are taking the Zigzag brand and how we can refresh it and modernise it.
Yeah.
He helped us develop the Kind Folk concept and the brand and the aesthetic of Zigzag and Kind Folk. Michael introduced us to an amazing graphic designer called Lauren. So to be able to know Michael, work with us to get our wines in here and to develop our wines that are going to suit this market has been instrumental in not only our business surviving but starting to really thrive.
Yeah, I think the future's really bright, and I think I attribute that to Harriet and Henry and who they are behind the brand. They place a real sense of importance of community and fitting in with community where they are. The wine's getting better and better each year, and we see that with increasing volumes in each of the labels, like the collaboration label we do with Birdie and Bar Liberty alongside Kindfolk, and the fact that each year we're going to increase that volume speaks volumes of how much we're selling and how much people really love the wine.
Yeah, well, that's true. It's the only thing he can fit into, Ben.
As our journey as owners and winemakers at Zigzag Road continues, we've got a few important friends and mentors over for a celebratory drink to thank them for their support of our business. But first, we wanted to pay our respects to the traditional owners of the land we farm.
We'd like to obviously acknowledge and extend our appreciation to the Dja Dja Wurrung people and the traditional owners of this land. And we also acknowledge that sovereignty was never ceded, and so every day when we farm this land, this stolen land, we just acknowledge that is what we are farming.
Me and Harry just wanted to give a little toast, just to take the opportunity with everyone who has come here today, who are our sort of closest friends and mentors over the last period at Zigzag. And, when I think back about when we came here without winemaking, without viticulture, without farming, without using ratchet straps, without knowing how to use a drill, just like proper city people. And we came and we bought this vineyard and winery, and everybody here has been, rather than sort of, arms crossed and watching us sink, everyone here has been just been saying, good on you, how can we help? And it's that attitude and that sort of support that has helped us not only just about survive, but also sort of taking this forwards. Without this group of people, we really couldn't be here today. And so we just wanted to raise a toast and say, thank you to everybody.
Pleasure. Pleasure. Cheers. Well done.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys, for coming along today.
Thanks for having us.
Pleasure.
Yeah, we looked at, interestingly, buying this place before these guys made the jump. And I think with my experience in winemaking and viticulture and having vineyards, that I probably saw too much risk. And I think the beauty of Henry and Harriet is that they without knowing what they don't know, they were capable of taking that big risk and jumping in. And that's been the most exciting thing for me, that, watching these guys starting from a grounding of essentially zero experience, teaming up with people who know how to fill that knowledge gap and how to kind of, move with them through the process. It's just been really inspiring to watch and to see a site that I always thought would be great in the hands of the right people. And, it's great for the local wine region. It's great for all of us to see sites like this to recover and, to realise their full potential. And, it's a classic mad English approach. But yeah, good luck to them.
I've really enjoyed, the debriefs with Harriet, both having young kids and, trying to juggle the whole winemaking and business and family life amongst it all. We've learnt a lot from our community and from the winemaking community in the region, and we've probably been here a couple of years before them, and so being able to then hand on some of what we've learnt to the newcomers has been, a really lovely part of us learning as well. So, yeah, it's been great.
They've been fantastic, and it's been great seeing their evolution in the way Zigzag's evolved. I love seeing how the label and the graphics have changed. I think it's so much better. It's awesome. Really excited in the new branding of Zigzag, and that suits who they are, which I love. And just having them as part of our community in the Macedon Ranges is fabulous.
I think blind optimism and energy is the most important thing to bring to the table. With these guys, you know, they've always been super positive. They've always approached it with the right manner. And I think the dividends just sort of pay off, being highly regarded and highly respected, and creating some great wines. And so, you know, I guess for me, it's just that's all it comes down to.
As we know, there's all challenges with our cool climate, viticulture. There's the frost issue, and then we get the occasional drought. But they've weathered the storm, and we can see their vineyard prospering.
Yeah, it's down the track. It's interesting to see the evolution, because when they first arrived, it was like virgin territory, and I can see now Henry has totally some confidence about the process, about the tractor, about all this stuff. So it's really it's amazing. And I remember saying that they have some courage, and not only that, but they have some intelligence and understanding and will. So congratulations. Yeah.
A couple of years on now, and just reflecting back on what has been, you know, at times it's been very, very tough, and there's, you know, sleepless nights and stress and grey hairs and wrinkles. At the same time, it's been rich and beautiful, and, you know, no regrets in the world. It's been a stunning experience.
Sometimes, you know, people always ask, "Oh, do you regret, you know, not having the paycheck or whatever?" We just don't regret anything. We just love it so much, and we do not look back in any way in terms of what we've taken on so far. And we know there's big challenges down the track. We are very happy to say that I'm now 21 weeks pregnant, so looking round on the belly and on my bum, kind of growing at the same time. You know, we do get a lot of folks coming up sort of saying, "You guys seem a bit crackers, but we'd love to do something similar to this. You know, how did you do it?" Because we're swapping your suits for your muddy boots, as it were.
If there was one bit of advice that we could pass on is, you know, trust your heart and trust your gut, and you will always swim, not sink. And we've certainly found that.
Checking the figures as well. Should I say our big
Yeah, go for it. Yeah,
We won't have any money to do it, but we really want to do a bit of an extension on the winery to do an earth building, so a straw bale or something winery. Hopefully put a bit of accommodation in there and commercial kitchen, so we can just do small events, but also be a functioning winery that's at a beautiful ambient temperature. So that's, to most people, that wouldn't sound like a huge big next step, but that's next year's plan, as well as most importantly this lovely person that's on the way.
We really couldn't be happier. We're happy doing this as a partnership. We're happy with our family. We're happy with this project, and we love it.